Hello friends, welcome to Sociology Thinker series. In this video, we will be seeing a very important sociologist. Everybody will be familiar about this sociologist. Not only sociology people, even economics people, political scientists, public administrators, everybody will be knowing this thinker. His name is Karl Marx. For Karl Marx, society is based on the material foundation. Marxism is about historical materialism, meaning history of every society is based on the economic foundation of the society. As simple as this. Society is standing on a foundation stone called as economic system. All the other parts of the society, let it be political system, religious system, family system, education system, all these parts of the society is completely dependent on the economic system. So if other parts of the society has to change, what should change first? Economy will have to change first. That is why Marx says that all societies, if it has to change will have to first start in the economic system. Why economic system is the foundation stone? Economic system deals with production. Which is the first production? Food production. So food production is happening in the economic system. Material production is happening in the economic system. The entire society therefore is standing on this economic system, which is why Marxian perspective is historical materialism. So material base, that is economic system, has to change, then only society can change. He writes about the changing nature of economic system. He says that the first society is called as primitive communism. In that society, the economy or the production is completely controlled by all people. There is no division of society. Everybody will contribute for food production. Whatever is produced, that will be consumed. Whatever is produced, that will be distributed equally to all. For example, 100 people are there in the society. 100 kilogram of rice is produced. Each one will get 1 kilogram of rice. So this society is a story of perfect equality. No rich, no poor. So this is a very happy, harmonious society. Problem came only when private property came, according to Karl Marx. Why private property came? Technology changed. When technology changed, then production increased. When production increased, after consumption, there is some surplus left, and some people will appropriate the surplus by excluding others. So those people who are appropriating the surplus, they become the owner of the private property or owner of the property, and those other people who are excluded, they become the non-owner. So society, which was so cooperative, now gets divided into two. One, few people who are called as owners, whereas majority are the non-owners. So social division started in the second stage called as ancient society. After second stage, then society went to the third stage called as feudal society. After third stage, fourth stage society called as capitalist society. Now capitalist society was the society which was there when Marx was living. He was himself a victim of capitalism. Before seeing about his problems with capitalism, first let us see what is capitalism. Capitalism simply means an ideology which believes in making more profit. Profit is the ultimate motive of this system called as capitalism. So everything is only centering around making profit. When profit is the ultimate motive of the system, those who are owning the property, they will be more benefited by profit. They would be the one who will be able to accumulate all the profit, giving nothing to the propertyless people called as poor people. So the rich and the poor divide, which started in the second stage called ancient society, now becomes very intensive, that the rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer. Marx himself was a victim of capitalism. 3 children of Karl Marx died because of starvation, hunger. So hungry Karl Marx became angry Karl Marx. He wanted to banish this capitalism which is against the poor people. It is the most anti-people system which has to be eliminated. It will not die on its own. So workers will have to come together. They will have to wage a war against capitalism. They will have to eliminate the owners and create a new system called as communism. So communism will be like the first society. To differentiate the first society called communism and the last society called communism, he is using the term primitive communism for the first society and communism for the last society. So history will end with communism. And communism came because of class conflict. Class conflict came because of the division between the rich and the poor. Division between rich and poor happened because of private property. So private property, increasing division between the rich and the poor, class conflict, communism. This is what is Marxism. To explain the exploitative nature of capitalism, Karl Marx uses a concept called as alienation. Alienation means what? The individual is becoming a stranger to himself. I am not what I am. I have become somebody else. That feeling is created in the mind of the worker in capitalism, because capitalism has made the life of the worker meaningless. I have no meaningfulness in life because I have no control over the product which I have made. I have no role in the process of production. I have lost my human nature itself. I am separated, alienated from my own society. So these are the 4 levels of alienation or self-estrangement. Self is becoming a stranger. That is what is called as self-estrangement, which Marx is writing about to speak about how anti-human capitalism is. What should be the solution for alienation? Solution is simply revolution. So revolution is what is the need of the time according to Karl Marx. He says workers will have to unite to overthrow this capitalism and create a society where everybody will be happy, where everybody will be harmonious, where there will be present peace, because in this society the main culprit called as private property is not there. So abolition of private property would create the society which is the dream of Karl Marx called as communism. Marx spoke about his theory in 19th century, but today we are living in 21st century. Is Marx relevant after 200 years? This is a very important question which has to be understood and answered. Number of reports today is vindicating that Marxism is right. A very important report which was compiled by Thomas Piketty and Lucas Chancel called as World Inequality Report writes about how society today is more divided than in the past. Income inequality is increasing, asset inequality is increasing, because capitalism, as told by Marx, has increased the inequality in the form of giving more prosperity to the rich people and more poverty to the poor people. So Marx rightly predicted that there is only vicious cycle called the poor becoming poorer for the poor people and virtuous cycle called as the rich becoming richer for the richer people. So India today is being a ocean where there is more poverty despite of the fact that there are present few islands of prosperity. Farmers are protesting today. The protest is not just manifesting their dissent against the government. The protest is manifesting silently in the form of farmers killing themselves. 3 lakh farmers have committed suicide in the last 12 to 13 years according to P. Sainath. Why farmers are killing themselves? Main reason which is told or attributed by Sainath is that corporatization of agriculture. Capitalism has come to agriculture, that agriculture has become industry today. In industry, the rich people exploit the poor people. In the same way, in agriculture, the rich owner is exploiting the poor worker. So, there are millions of farmers who have quit farming because farming has become unviable for them. The cost of farming has increased after capitalism came to agriculture. Agriculture cannot be conducted or practiced by poor people. So these poor people will have to go out of their own land. They have to migrate to city. They have to become workers in the city, and during pandemic they have to experience reverse migration. In the process they get killed. So Marxism today is becoming more relevant than before. Karl Marx will be relevant as long as money becomes relevant. Thank you.